Good morning. Good morning. Cheers. Creamer back in my coffee. It's kind of like sometimes I put creamer in my coffee and sometimes I don't. But I thoroughly enjoy it. Okay, my name is Jackie Lawrence and you are on my personal wall. And I'm personally going to give you a tutorial on makeup for mature skin. Yeah. So this is for, I laugh because I can't believe I'm giving a video on makeup for mature skin. But it's yeah, I guess I have mature skin, or I'm of the mature age. I am 47 and I get asked by a lot of women on foundation that they want their foundation to provide even coverage and they want it to look smooth on their face, and they tell me all their problem areas. And so I always have a solution. And so I thought, you know what? There's enough of you that are asking for a solution that I thought I would come on here and tell you what I think, in my personal opinion, or what I've seen or what I've shown people has worked best. So let's talk about your skin, what mature skin is, because mature skin is what typically happens when someone reaches the mature age, which is usually over the age of 40. And again, this is what, I don't know who says it, but someone states over 40 is mature skin. I want you to know that this issue can be for anyone. There are some women that are going to have the appearance of mature skin. And I'm not talking about just wrinkles. I'm talking about the skin texture, okay? So let's just talk about texture first. Texture meaning that your skin loses moisture. As you age, we actually lose moisture in our skin, which is what makes it wrinkly and saggy. Okay? Aside from losing lean muscle mass and increasing body fat, that's a whole nother video. But as we age, we tend to lose moisture in our face, which makes it drier, which makes our skin a little crepey. Okay? Think of crepe paper, and it's that crepey texture when you put makeup on. Sometimes that happens, okay, as you get older, and that's due to lack of moisture. And because of that, our fine lines, because our skin tends to sag and get drier, we also get fine lines and wrinkles, okay? So, as women, we always want to find ways that we can minimize the appearance. I'm here to tell you today, I cannot get rid of your wrinkles. I'm not a plastic surgeon. I can't get rid of them. They're coming. If you don't have them yet, they're coming. Everyone gets them at a different stage, and the amount they get are at different stages, and that's just genetics, okay? But what I can do is teach you ways to minimize the appearance of your fine lines and wrinkles, and I also can give you some suggestions that will help you prolong the appearance of them coming sooner, okay? So I'm gonna strip it back for you in regards to before you put on makeup. It's going to start with your skin, okay? So if you are someone who is mature skin, and I'm embracing my mature skin, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now that I have it, and so all I do is work on areas that will allow me to soften the face and age gracefully. So here are the things that I recommend you do. Typically, we get fine lines and wrinkles and moisture loss big time in this area. The eye socket area goes first, okay? And so what I recommend is that you start with skincare. At nighttime, this is huge. Must wash your face, and I would use a really good eye treatment, okay, that locks in a ton of moisture in your eye area. And I use a product called Beauty Serum, okay? and it is for that specifically. So I'll use it in my under eye area, and I will use it, you know where else you get fine lines and wrinkles? Right there. So that area is another area that tends to, good morning, Chris. Oh, I forgot about the moon. It's going at me. Is that where everyone's at? Watching the moon? I guess I'll have to catch the replay on Facebook because I'm sure somebody's recording it. Okay, so fine lines and wrinkles happen here. Here, of course, we get them in our forehead, okay? Sometimes they come out here. So your serum at night, like you want a really good serum that locks in the moisture. And so that I would put that in those areas. You know where else? The décolleté, you could put your beauty serum there too, okay? So that's what I use. And I know some of you are gonna ask me, where are the products that I use? So I'm gonna post the link and you can check it out because I think all of the stuff that I use comes from this website, from my website. Okay, so then you're going to want to, at nighttime, make sure you have a really good night cream, okay? So again, a night cream that's going to lock in the moisture, that's going to help your skin. What stinks, Chris? Okay, so it's going to help lock in the moisture in your skin. So a good night cream, it's going to be helpful. Then in the morning, you want to continue that skincare routine, and this is something you should do every night and every morning. So in the morning after I wash my face, I will actually put another serum, an eye serum on, and this one's actually called lifting serum. So it's different than my beauty serum. My beauty serum is heavier, and it's not an oil-based, but it's a little heavier, and it really works kind of like, you know, while I'm sleeping for 8 hours, it really does the work for 8 hours while I'm laying there sleeping. Although I never get 8 hours of sleep, but you know, 6 to 8 hours. And in the morning, I'll put on lifting serum. Okay, and instant lifting serum, I need it to work now. So what that does is that I dabble a little bit of that serum under my eye area, and it softens and diffuses the fine lines in this area. There's actually an ingredient in there that works to soften that whole area. Okay, so it's not going to get rid of them completely, but it softens the area. Oh. That's awesome, Chris. Well, Chris, you'll have to put up pictures so that I can see your astronomy skills. Okay, so that goes on first, and then your skin might change from winter to summer. So in the summertime, we tend to because of the heat, we tend to be a little bit more sweaty, a little bit oilier. Okay, so I would use a normal moisturizer, but in the winter, if you're finding that you are washing your face, okay, this is really important. If you find that you're washing your face, and then after you wash your face, like within 30 seconds, you feel your skin tightening up, that's your skin telling you, I'm lacking moisture, okay? So what you're gonna wanna do is put on a good moisturizer, and I use my nighttime moisturizer in the morning. When my skin's that dry, I will use my nighttime moisturizer in the morning. It's amazing. And it just immediately, I could feel my skin soaking it in and taking all the good nutrients and doing its magic. And that is going to be helpful for you when applying makeup. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have mature skin, you have to start at skincare before you put good. If you want your makeup to look flawless and amazing, start at skin care. Okay? All right. From there, let's get started. So I'm going to show you my most recommended way of putting on foundation for those of you that have dry skin. So this is for even if you're someone that's watching that has really, really dry skin, okay, but not necessarily mature skin, okay? Maybe you don't have any wrinkles yet. This will be a good tutorial for you. If you are someone of the mature age and you want your foundation to look smooth, okay, smooth, non-crepey, non-chalky, okay, then this tutorial is for you. And I'm gonna show you all the tools I'm gonna use. Let's see. I think I'll use this brush today. Okay, All right, so primer is going to be a must. I already talked about skincare and what you need to do. Primer is a must, okay? Primer is a must for anyone, no matter what. So you're going to put some primer on. Primer is going to allow your foundation to sit on the surface of your face. Okay, so must use a primer. That's going to be tip number 2. So tip number 1 was a good skincare routine. That is priority. Okay, if you have mature skin and you want your foundation to look flawless, smooth, okay, and not screw up your face. Tip number 2 is you must use a primer. So I'm just using a little bit, and what I'll do is when I put primer on, I'll start in the areas that are my problem areas, which is typically going to be your fine lines, right? Look at my skin today. Ugh. I used a mask yesterday, you guys. I did a charcoal mask, which is a detox mask. And I want you to know, and I haven't done it in a while, when you do a detox mask, it actually pulls out the impurities in your face. So it's not uncommon. It doesn't happen for everyone, but it's not uncommon to break out because you're basically detoxifying the skin and pulling out all the gunk. Okay, and so sometimes when that's a sign to me that, oh my gosh, I needed to do that a long time ago because I have so much stuff going on that I need to detox my face more often. Okay, so primer goes on first. Primer. Focus on the areas, your problem areas, and then get your whole face and down your neck, okay, because you're gonna put foundation there. All right, here is the makeup that I recommend. This is BB cream. BB cream is a moisturizer, and it's a tinted moisturizer, and it's a medium coverage. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a few tricks for those of you that need max coverage, okay, so you don't have to go buy a whole new product. But again, if you are of the mature age and you want your makeup to look smooth and for it to allow it to look flawless and not chalky and not crepey, that's probably the most common question I get asked is, how do I get it so it doesn't look crepey? BB cream, okay? It's a tinted moisturizer and it provides medium coverage. Now, I like max coverage, but I don't like max coverage and I don't want to feel heavy. Okay, this is very light. It's a moisturizer. Okay, it's like putting moisturizer on your face. But I want max coverage because I want to cover all that and the redness. Okay, I want max coverage. So what I do is I'll take my, where is it? I'm gonna take my concealer. Okay, this is my concealer. And I drop a dab of that into my BB cream. And we call this the BB Brew. Okay, and that creates max coverage for me, but it doesn't create a heaviness to my face. This will lock in the moisture in my face and provide a flawless finish. This gives me just more coverage. So you may not need this depending on what you have going on. This might just do the trick. So I'm gonna show you how I make this BB Brew. Let me make sure I have the right color concealer. Okay, so I'll take my little concealer, which you guys, this is month 9 with this concealer, month 9. Okay, so a little goes a long way. Month 9, a little goes a long way. So I'm gonna take my little concealer and I'm gonna put a dab. Look, that's how little you need. That's gonna actually provide max coverage for my entire face. Okay. Good morning, Kelly. Hello, Tina. Moises. All right, so now I'm gonna use my BB cream. And oh, by the way, this is the back of my rosewater lid. Okay, everyone always asks, what is it that you're using? You can use the back of like a glass dish or a cup. Okay, I just like to do my mixtures on the back of my lid instead of my hand because your hand absorbs the product and I don't like to waste my product. Okay, so I'm gonna take my BB cream and I'm gonna pour some right on top. A little more, okay? Like a dollop of BB cream. And then, you know what? I haven't used this brush in a while. Do I want to use this brush? No, I'm gonna use this brush. Okay, I'm gonna use this brush. I don't sell this brush. You cannot buy this brush from me yet. I hope my company comes out with this someday because I love this brush. You get this I got this at TJ Maxx, okay? But I want you to know, I know some of my customers, you can use, You know what? Let's do this brush. I want you to see that you can use this brush too. You know what? I think I need to clean this brush. Or we could use this brush. Oh, now I'm gonna use this brush. I'm gonna use this one. You can get it at TJ Maxx, okay? And the brand I used it's called Innovation Beauty. Okay, Innovation Beauty. But I want you to know, okay, here's the thing. I want you to know you can use this brush, this will work, and this one will work too. Okay, I just tend to like this one. I like these for other things. So, I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna mix it up. Mix it up. Okay, and then I am going to just kind of dot it on my face. And then we are just going to go to town and cover this all up. So it's really moisturizing, okay? Very moisturizing, but not oily type. You're not gonna have oily skin after this. But it does leave a dewy finish. And I'll show you how to make it matte if you want a matte finish. So you can use, a lot of women love a dewy look. And I think it's really, really pretty, a dewy look. But some of you are like, no, I like it matte. So I'm gonna show you how to make it matte. But you'll see I'm getting like the coverage that I get. I mean, hello. And again, we're talking about either super dry skin or mature skin. Okay, so if you are somebody that has mature, fine lines, wrinkles, grayness, which is usually, again, another sign of lack of moisture, crepey looking skin, then I'm gonna recommend this type of foundation, which is a BB cream. A BB cream is a tinted moisturizer. Hello. Now, I mean, the redness is gone except for right there, right? I'm gonna show you how to cover that. So I mixed my concealer in to provide max coverage. Some of you are gonna be like, well, I have this dark spot that that's an age spot right there, you guys. That it just doesn't give you the coverage you want. I'm gonna show you how to provide coverage to spot cover, okay, in those areas. Let me just make sure I got everything. I'm gonna show you how to spot cover. But look, it's so nice. It's just, and again, I can feel like my skin feels soft. That's what you want it to be. You want your skin to feel soft, and I'm not gonna get that crepey, grayish, powdery look that you might get if you have mature skin. So let's just say you have some other areas of your face where you have a dark spot, or you have some blemishes that are still kind of popping through. You're gonna take concealer that is one shade darker. Okay, one shade darker. This is really important. So I'm gonna use this concealer right here. This is one shade darker. And if you aren't sure what shade you should use for your face, for your blemishes, you just need to message me and I will color match you perfectly. I will do a virtual makeover right on you. Hi, Heather. Okay, so I'm gonna take my little concealer brush and I put a little bit of that concealer you can see on my lid. And I just need a little, and this is what you're gonna do. In the areas that need additional coverage, okay? So like here's a dark spot, right? And I'm like, I just want something more. I'll use that brush and it's called a stipple, and I'll stipple it into that area. Look at you can almost see it go away already. Stipple, stipple, stipple. And so that way I'm not putting a ton of product on my face and then it's gone. Hello. Oh, hola, good morning, Ava. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you how to cover these areas. So like I told you, I did a detox mask last night. And so detox your skin, and sometimes it brings those impurities out and you may break out. That's normal. That's actually good. Okay, that's my body releasing all the gunk that's been in there. That's also a sign I need to detox more, but that's where I broke up. So I'm gonna go in here and cover this. So you staple it into those areas. Staple, staple, staple. Hello, see, it goes away. Okay. Pretty awesome, huh? Okay, we're not done, because the next step is this. If you notice, it looks like this is actually quite useful to have a dewy finish, okay? But some of you are like, no, I want a matte finish, and that's totally, it doesn't matter, okay? This is non-age specific, meaning you can have a dewy finish with mature skin, you can have a dewy finish with young skin, or you can have a matte finish with mature skin or a matte finish with young skin. I prefer a matte finish. I like a matte finish. So all I'm doing is taking my powder compact, okay? And I'm taking a big puffy brush and I'm just dusting a little powder on my face. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot because you've already got max coverage, and I'm just dusting it to matte my face down. Make sure you go down your neck. See? Now I have a matte finish. All right, I'm gonna do under eye for you guys. So I'm gonna show you again, this is another tip for, something in my eye, those of you that have mature skin. Because again, remember we talked about the problem areas? They tend to be in the under eye, the eye socket area. That's where we actually lack a lot of moisture, and that's where the wrinkles kind of start settling in fast. Faster than the rest of the face. Not fast, just faster. Okay, so what I recommend, okay, now this is where experimentation has come in. Typically, powder is going to work better for you, okay? A light dusting of powder to do an under eye highlight versus doing more cream in that area. Although some of you will do fine with cream, but for those of you that tend to get that crepey look in your under eye area, powder, try powder, okay? And I'm gonna show you what that does. This is my favorite way. So I'm gonna use powder. This is just compressed powder, and it is 1 shade lighter than my foundation. 1 to 2 shades lighter, depending on what color I'm using. Okay, so this is powder, it's called Velour, and I'm gonna use this brush right here. I use this brush all the time. If you've ever seen my video on Spanx for your face, I use this side. This side I'm gonna use to do a highlight, okay? So, and I'm gonna show you a few different ways you can do this. You take your brush, I would start this way. Take your brush, put some product on there, and you're gonna go from the inside corner of your eye down to your nose. Okay, so pull some product there, and then you're gonna go from the top of your cheekbone and pull it up to your temple. And then you're gonna fill in the middle. Hello. Hello. You notice the difference? See how I've got this under eye lightness now. It brings a little more life to my face. It also, because I have primer on, okay, and I've already got a good moisturizer on, plus my BB cream, it just sits on the surface of that, and it's nice and soft and smooth. Let's do the other side. Our face just like came to life, right? It's just uplifted, and again, no crepiness in that area, okay? And that's for a good under eye highlight. And it's so easy, so easy. Now, I'm gonna show you another way to do that. For those of you who really like a good massive highlight in your under eye area, you can use, this is called a blending bud. You can see I use mine all the time. It needs to be cleaned, but this is a blending bud. And so what I'll do is take my blending bud and go into my compact, and I'll actually intensify it. Okay, that's an option. You don't have to, But for those of you who like a really good highlighted under eye area, I really like to do that. And it also, the blending bud will kind of mat it down on top of your foundation. Now, if you're someone who's gonna do a contour later, that's gonna be helpful too, to use that blending bud and really get it highlighted so it actually contrasts your contour later. If you're someone who's like, I ain't doing all that contour stuff, then I would just use the brush, okay? All right, hello Andrea, hi Tammy. All right, if you're just joining in, I talked about skincare, because it's gotta start there for mature skin. Of course, I'm showing you some tips for those of you that have mature skin and or just dry skin, okay, and tend to get that creepy look on your face or it just doesn't look right, how to get a smooth application of your makeup. I'm slurping. All right, here's the next step. The final step, okay? You ready for this? This is setting powder. This is a must. It's the Magic Age Eraser, okay? If you've got mature skin, you need this. It's the Magic Age Eraser. Behold. And I'm turning mine upside down because I'm literally at the tail end of mine, but don't you worry, I gotta back up. This, I don't run out of this. You guys, if I only have one of these, if I only have two of these tubes, I only have one. Because I will never run out of this. I will never run out of this. This is the Magic Age Eraser. It is called setting powder, and setting powder is unbelievable. It sets your under eye area because that's the thing. We want to make sure that this stays bright and uplifted. And it softens and diffuses fine lines and pores. So to me, it's like cashmere on my face. It's like all of a sudden I got this smooth canvas under my eye area. So let me show you how that works. You're gonna take your setting powder, it's loose powder, and then you'll take your little brush, you'll dip it in there, get some product on there, and then you just dust it in your under eye area. Ah! It just, look, it's like cashmere. It just automatically just softens the fine lines. It softens any pores. It sets your under eye. It's just a necessity. Hold on, I gotta get more out here. We're gonna do the other side here in a minute. I just gotta get more out because I'm at the tail end. But I'm using every little ounce of this sucker. Okay. Oh gosh. Do you see what, do you see that? I mean, right before your eyes, you can see it. It just instantly happens. Hey, Tasha. It just totally softens the entire area of your face. Okay, girlfriends and boyfriends. I'm going to end my tutorial here. So let's just, I'll recap what I just did. But if you have any questions, ask them now if you're watching. If you're watching this on the replay, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you watched. Hashtag replay in the comments so that I know you were here. Okay, so mature skin. Here are my tips. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tips. It starts with good skincare. So if you have mature skin, your makeup probably could look better if you take care of your skin and do a good skincare routine. So here's what I recommend. At night, you use a really good eye serum or a serum. Mine's called Beauty Serum, okay? And I put the link of where I get all my stuff. It's called Beauty Serum. And Beauty Serum, I dab in the under eye area, my lips, my forehead, my dégagé, okay? And those are the areas that tend to lack the most amount of moisture, okay? And those are the areas that tend to wrinkle fastest, okay? So remember, your skin consistency changes due to lack of moisture. So if I can provide as much moisture back to my face as possible, I can prolong the process of my skin changing, and it also can help diffuse the appearance. So that goes on. And then I use a night cream over the rest of my face, all over, okay? Then in the morning, I get up, I brush my teeth, and then I wash my face, and I will use what's called instant lifting serum. An instant lifting serum is something that I dab in my under eye area and here, and that immediately softens and diffuses fine lines, okay? So it's immediate, it just really softens the whole area so that my makeup looks much better when I apply it. I also use a moisturizer. Now me personally, I have really dry skin in the winter, like super dry skin in the winter. When I wash my face, 30 seconds later, my skin tightens up a little bit and I feel it. And that's a sign you need more moisture. So I use my night cream in the morning and that's totally fine, okay? But if that doesn't happen for you, just use a regular moisturizer, but don't skip it. So that's tip number 1, skincare. Tip number 2, before you put on your makeup, you must use a primer. Must use a primer, okay? Because a primer is gonna allow your foundation to sit on the surface of your face, okay? It's gonna allow it to be smoother on your face too. So that is a must, okay? A must for everyone, no matter what age you are. Tip number 3, for someone that is of the mature age, that has mature skin, that feels like their skin looks crepey, that their skin looks gray, that their skin looks chalky, that their fine lines and wrinkles stand out, BB cream. BB cream to the rescue. BB cream is a tinted moisturizer, okay? It's a moisturizer, again, provides more moisture for your face, but it gives you medium coverage. So that's medium coverage. I like max coverage, so I mix concealer, a dab, like a dollop of concealer into my BB cream to provide max coverage. That was tip number 3. Tip number 4, for under eye highlight, because you definitely want to do an under eye highlight. For under eye highlight, I recommend if you have crepiness that appears in your under eye area to try a powder. So your powder I used is, it should be 1 to 3 shades lighter than your foundation. So this is 1 to 2 shades lighter than my BB cream. And I will use this brush right here to apply it, okay? So I use this brush to apply it for a simple light application. Now, for those of you that are gonna go on to doing a contour and all that fun stuff, you could also apply it using a blending bud, which I also showed you how to do. So that was tip number 4. Tip number 5, you must. Like, this is like a necessity in my life. Like, this is like a love of my life. It is setting powder. Setting powder. You want this area of your face, you want your whole face to stay, period. But this specifically will keep that youthful appearance, okay, the softness to your face, and setting powder, it diffuses fine lines, pores, and wrinkles. It's like putting smooth Angora cashmere on your face. Okay, it smooths everything out and keeps it there all day long. This is a must. Okay, that's my tutorial on makeup for mature skin. Like I said, if you have any questions, comment below. If you are more comfortable, because I know sometimes this is such a touchy area for a lot of women, if you are more comfortable private messaging me your questions, please, by all means, this is what I do for a living, and I would love to help you out. Just private message me and I'll make some suggestions for you. And in the meantime, you guys have an amazing Wednesday. Ciao.